Okay, welcome back, guys. I almost threw up. Anyways, I'm gonna try to eat some gum. I've heard gum helps. I'm doing the 13-week update of being pregnant because tomorrow we will be 14 weeks for baby girl. She is still considered baby bean. We have a name picked out for her yet, but she's baby bean to us, right? Like, I gave her that nickname early on. Daniel calls her baby bean. Like, I call her baby bean. Like, it's her nickname. So at 13 weeks, this is my personal experience, and I will be comparing to my other pregnancies because even though my oldest is almost 13, I faintly remember, like each one a little bit differently. So this week, baby bean is she's the size of a 1980s or 1990s Pokemon card. I kind of like to do fruit, but I think like these ones are like pretty interesting. Disney wise, she's the size of Captain Hook's little inkwell container for his ink for his pen. And also, she's the size of the pocket watch from the Polar Express. I thought those were kind of interesting. Food wise, she's the size of a piece of toast. So it's just like, it's cool to think about it in that sense. So with my first pregnancy, when I was 13 weeks, I was a little bit sick, but like, it was very sudden of what was going on, right? It's just how it was. And I remember being summertime, so I wasn't in school, but like, it wasn't bad. It was just like nausea, but it wasn't vomiting. With my daughter, we didn't know the name of it, but I had like acute hyperemesis gravidarum, and it didn't have a name, but if I could like compare it and talk about it, it was like acute, so it wasn't extreme, but it wasn't just like regular morning sickness. I did have it, but it was like mild, right? Okay. With my youngest, I didn't get my first appointment until I was 11 weeks. Like, urine test, all the things. So week 13, I was slightly sick. Like, it was something that I ate. So it wasn't like nothing crazy. Like sometimes you get sick, sometimes you don't. But it was just like spaghetti sauce or something. Like, things I knew to avoid. Okay. With this one, I have been put on nausea suppositories. It's like PERMETHZINE suppositories or something like that. Phenergan is like another name of Phenergan suppositories, and they're supposed to help with nausea and vomiting. I'm on that at night because it's so bad. Like, I went to my appointment. I was 12 weeks, 6 days, so exactly a week ago today. And I threw up like 13, 14 times in a matter of like 3 hours. It was so bad. Plus like pooping, and it wasn't great. I even threw up like right before I walked into the appointment. It was not great. So they put me on that. Downfall is I take them at night. So they don't want me to take them of a day because it causes drowsy. It does. It causes drowsiness. It causes dizziness, so you want to sleep with it. The downside is I'm taking them at night. I'm not sick in the middle of the night. I have to lay and wait 10 to 15 minutes before moving from my left side. Can't get up to use the bathroom for about an hour, things like that. So like, it wears off by the time I need to get up, like drowsiness wise. But the nausea and the vomiting, it only lasts 4 to 6 hours. Now prescription says take them every 6 hours, but my doctor says that's the only way I can get them prescribed. But I can't take them over daytime because I have nobody to help me to do them. And two, like Daniel's at work, but two, like I need to drive to go get my kids from school. You know, like I needed I need to kind of be alert. So that's the downfall. I'm not sick at night. I'm sick during the day. So it's not really doing nothing for me over daytime in that sense. I still have really bad food abrasions to like literally everything except frozen fruit like mangoes. My kryptonite still is plain bagels toasted with veggie spread on it. I'm over pickled Polish sausages. As much as I love them, I will eat them after this baby's here. But that was my kryptonite too. But now, like, baby hates them. A medium Coke from Sonic with their Parmesan chicken wrap is my go-to right now. Yeah, like, literally everything else literally makes me physically ill. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I love ramen noodles. I can't eat them. Like, I don't eat ramen noodles every day. Or, like, sometimes listen, I was at a point where all I was eating was ramen noodles, and I will eat them. Like, that's one of my favorite go-to meals. However, like, the past 2 years, I've eaten ramen noodles maybe, like, once a week, once every couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. They're mostly for my kids now because my kids are really into ramens. Yeah, food abrasion is really bad. Morning sickness, I can't, like, just sickness and vomiting is still really bad. Motivation, like, I'm still in my same shirt that I've been wearing since, I want to say Sunday, and today's Wednesday. Just because I have been too miserable to actually, like, get in the shower. And it's not depression, it's literally, like, I'm too sick to do it. I'm too sick to do it. And then, like, I could do it during the day. I'm not making excuses, but, like, I could do it during the day, but because I get so physically ill at, like, any random given moment, I get lightheaded. I want Daniel to be home just in case something was to happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole thing right now. I think next line of action is, because I'm just gonna tell her this suppository is not working, you know, given how they're just not working. I think we'll be an IV port right here in my arm or something, where then I have to go get fluids. Yay. It's not fun. I'm just thinking. I can't remember what really baby is developing right now. I think baby is developing, like, actual, like, skin. Like, not like our skin, but like the clear translucent skin that's gonna start turning into skin. And there's, like, hair, like fuzzy little hair on them, and I think their bones are starting to stiffen up even more. They're starting to pee, you know, in the womb and do all that. So it's just like the different things. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I constantly feel like, I can't say I'm high, but I feel like I'm in this, like, just days of life where I'm just, like, persevering, moving on, persevering. And I saw a squirrel. That's fine. I'm the one that cooks in the house, but when I had surgery last year, Daniel was the one cooking, and then, like, by the time I fully recovered from that, I ended up getting pregnant. So, like, I was up cooking. I was doing things, you know, like, 6 months after surgery, I was, like, up and doing things, but I was still kind of limited, and Daniel wouldn't let me do much, just out of fear. And then, like, now, my goodness, the smell of chicken nuggets, uncooked, cooked, sitting in my freezer makes me want to hurl. Any type of meat that's cooking, any type of vegetables that are cooking, like, it's so bad. And I remember with my other kids, the smell of cooked eggs sent me over the wall. Like, I couldn't do it. I had to go out of the house. I was throwing up. But this one, like, boiled egg, scrambled, Well, we have made scrambled eggs because Daniel doesn't want to do that again, but boiling the eggs don't make me sick. So I'm in limbo land. Um, right now I feel like my body is at like 25-30% and I'm just trudging through. Now, like regular routine is, I get up with the kids and I feel so bad, but like they're old enough to get ready on their own and do things, and I'm like laying in bed and then I'm eating like I'm like making sure my meds have time to kick in and eating a plain bagel, and I'm eating that, and just laying there trying to coop, and then I can get up. But like by the time we have to go to school, I'm able to like meds are sitting in just enough so I can take them to school. And I'm hoping that this whole like cloud, I'm just gonna call it pregnancy cloud, like it just goes away, because I'm literally when I get home, I don't do anything. I'm in bed. I'm not feeling great, and I've been feeling like this ever since about week 6. So we're currently at 7 to 8 weeks where I've just been miserable. So yeah, I'm just in bed. Yesterday I took like 3 minutes and tried to put my clothes up from my laundry basket, from like my clean laundry basket. That's been my clothes. That's been sitting there for like 2 months. It's so bad. Bending over, I can't bend over without. It just goes back to nausea and vomiting and getting lightheaded, and I don't know what to do. And I will look. Here's the thing: when the baby's here, I will love the baby and do all the things, and I will look back and be like, oh, it's not that bad. But in reality, like, it is that bad. If any of my other pregnancies were this bad, this would probably be like a one and done baby. So I don't know. Life's going on. Expansion's gonna be added onto the house, and like, I think next week after. No, I think it's the week after. Our pastor was supposed to be coming back on the 5th, but I think he's coming back on the 9th. Is that correct? I didn't go to church last week. I was like too sick to my stomach, and then I was watching out to make sure these kids didn't come back, and I was like this whole thing. So yeah, that was a whole in itself. And then I'm just trying to think. So that will be added on, which means I'm gonna have to do stuff around the house, and you guys are gonna be like, well, Daniel and the kids could do it. Yeah, they can, but I'm mostly home. I got kids that are in school, and I got Daniel that's at work. What do you do? Also, Daniel does most of the driving now. I am the one that drives in this family. Daniel drives himself back and forth to work, but he really don't like driving. And that's like his own preference, and I'm cool with it because I love the driving. I love driving. It's my way of like contributing to the family, I guess you would say. Because I stay at home, so it's like driving. I like to drive. But yeah, ever since I hit about week 5, I haven't been driving. I'm like, no. Nope. Daniel, that's a you thing, and he drives us to church, he drives us back, he drives us to the store. He like sometimes I'll go with him with like if I'm feeling okay, I'll go with him to pick up the kids from school. And I feel like where I'm at 20%, he's doing like 150% every day. And it's just, I'm grateful for him. But I want to contribute back into doing things. I've got all these ideas and these plans, but then like my physical energy just like zaps. And like 3-4 o'clock, I am so like, I say drugged, right? But I just crash. I crash for about 30 minutes to an hour. I am so tired lately, and everybody's like, second pregnancy or second trimester, you're gonna hit that energy peak and you're gonna do all this and all that. I don't feel like that. I really don't. People say like sometimes week 15, 16. Yeah, that's great. I hope I get there. I don't know. I was just, and I really don't want to drive to Sonic right now to go get a medium Coke and a Parmesan chicken. Like, it's not even 8 in the morning yet. But I just feel like I'm drowsy and I'm drugged all the time and throwing like sickness. And it's just like, guys, I feel like I have the flu. I feel like I have a stomach bug. And it's miserable. I look around, I see all these things. And, you know, my husband's not complaining. Like, okay. Like, we're both equally complaining about the way that the house looks right now. To our standards, like, it's not okay. Like, there's a thing called a disgusting house and there's a thing called a lived-in house. But our lived-in house is starting to, like, pile up. And I'm just, like, I feel bad because it's giving me anxiety and it's not helping my mental state. But at the same time, I'm just like, there's only so much I can do. And then, like, Daniel, where he's, like, getting the kids and he's, you know, cooking dinner and, you know, keeping them occupied and things, like, I feel so bad because I'm sitting there and I'm just like, don't move, don't shake the bed, you know, like, lower your voice, you know, like, bring down a couple notches, because anything's like, you know, and it's just, I feel so bad. So what I'm trying to do is, like, when I get up to go to the bathroom, or when I'm, like, you know, coming out of the bathroom, getting back into bed, I'll grab a couple of things and, like, put it in the garbage can right next to the garbage, because they're, like, on opposite sides. I'll try to, like, gather up garbage when I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm just trying to little pick up. That's what I'm getting at. I'm struggling, you guys. I'm struggling so hard. Once we get the kids moved, once we get the other, because we're adding another bedroom, once we get the other bedroom added, what I'm gonna do, even because Mason's the oldest, the baby's not gonna go in Mason's room. Like, Mason will permanently have his own room. Like, the oldest kid gets the bedroom by themselves. You know, until, like, unless something changes, something switches, you know, however, whatever. Because by the time this little one is old enough, you know, it could be where Lex gets his own room, because we have 2 girls, right? Like, because Mason will be out of the house. 2 girls, 2 boys, you know. But then, like, I want Aubrey as a teenager to have her own room and not have to worry about a little sister. It's just like, it's like, kind of, what do you do situation. So we'll see. I know I want to put the girls together, because, you know, they're girls. That's my ultimate goal, is to put the girls together. But that would leave then the boy of the house to be by himself. I don't know. We're figuring it out. Because also, like, with the way things are going, I want the other bedroom to kind of be like the playroom, this kind of like the extra storage room for all the toys and things, and just seasonal stuff that's in the house that we don't need to put in the sheds. I don't know. I'm rambling. My mind's scrambled. Ask me like after the baby's here, and I'll be like, I don't even know what I was talking about, but my brain's fried. Yeah, so going back to that whole situation, what I'm gonna do is, because Mason will now officially have a room to his own just by adding more bedrooms. I'm gonna put all the baby stuff in a corner of his room, just to get it out of the living room, just to get it out of the dining room, just to get it out of the kitchen, out of our bedroom. And we'll get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we'll get it back. Like, we'll be using it, but he'll have more of, like, the storage area room, and he won't mind having it. Like, you know, seasonal clothes for his little sister, like, up in the closet or something, like, out of the way. Yeah, because I've currently got some of it. Like, my kids put all their stuff in my room, mine and Daniel's room, and I'm like, why y'all do that? Y'all have rooms. Take it to your room. Anyways, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trudging on. I'm rambling. I'm trying to give y'all an update. Okay, so it's Wednesday, right? Now, Sunday, those kids were here, and they took the no trespassing signs that the ones that the same police officers told us. We had different police officers, I don't know what we're saying. But they told us which specific ones to get, so that's the ones that we got. Popped them up. A couple hours after that, this was Sunday, because they had to come in the mail. They took them down out of spite, ran off with them. Yeah, like I'm talking about, like the kid got off of our property and got pretty far with his. I don't know if they're siblings or friends, cousins. I don't know. But Daniel took off after him and told him to give back the sign because yeah, that's stealing. And if they did it again, they were caught on camera. If they do it again, or they come back, he will be pressing charges. So, I mean, it's theft. It's theft. It's destruction of property. It's breaking and entering. It's like this whole situation, right? So, like, that's honestly, that's affecting my mental health right now and my well-being, because, like, where I'm physically ill and nauseous, I'm now having anxiety over like these kids coming back. And I know they're kids, but if you watch my other videos or like the long video and updates, and you kind of understand, like, it's frustrating, it's anxiety filled, it's all these things. Anyways, so with that being said, Monday after school, because so these kids go to school, Monday after school we had torrential downpour. I'm talking about like tornado warnings around us. I think we had one, but I was passed out. Thank God we're all okay. I don't think it was too bad. I think like the siren that I think we heard was like pretty low, so it wasn't like too alarming. It was more of like a watch or something, like not when it strikes down and it's going, but like just be on the watch for one. So the ground's been wet and everything, and then yesterday, I don't know if Daniel like officially spooked them off because now there's signs and these kids can read, or what. I don't know if they're laying low for a little bit. I don't want them coming back because they're just their mouth and how they are, and their like lack of regard, and just like how they are to my kids here at the house, and like even at school, like how they are with other kids at school. Like I don't want that on my property. I don't want them like being here when we're not here. It's like just the whole thing, right? Like I don't want to be responsible for people, and people are like, we should take it down, put a fence up. Fence was not in the options for this right now. Because we were adding on to the house. We weren't having this issue when we originally paid for the house to get that expansion on, right? And then like if I take the trampoline down, trampoline's not gonna get put back up. However, I have a kid that absolutely loves being on the trampoline. He wants to be on it all the time, and it's really good for him because it's like he burns energy, and the other one likes to be on it too. And kids with autism like to do things, and it's one of the ways that he gets his energy. My other kid gets his energy out, my oldest, and and then my daughter, she loves to do flips and things and do all of her. She's not gymnastics, but I call her like the gymnastic things because she's got friends that do gymnastics. So it's just like I shouldn't have to punish my own kids. I really shouldn't over other people. And like we all said, if we take it down, it's not going to get put back up. And I genuinely, I don't feel that is okay for my own kids. Like that's not right. Not right. Like that'd be like if somebody broke into your house, that'd be like, oh, gotta take your house down. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. No. No. I shouldn't have to punish us because somebody wants to break and enter. I'll update. So Friday, we went, and this wasn't the original vehicle that we were looking at. We saw one else, but somebody bought it, and I was kind of upset. Now, we test drove this van, and it was perfectly fine. It just needed cleaned out. It was an as-is van because of the mileage, but here, okay, so we got it Friday, which was the 20th, I think, the 20th or 21st. and this of April, this van has been through this company, like originally bought from this company back in 2017, serviced all throughout the years. Like literally had like a diagnosis done because well, I say diagnosis, but like you know what I'm talking about. The people came in, had it serviced for the oil, the coolant, like all of it, you know, just to top it off because they were wanting to trade it in. They did like this whole overlook. They said everything was absolutely fine. No leaks, no damage, no nothing, no nothing with the radiator, nothing with the coolant, nothing with the oil, like nothing with the engine, the transmission, the radiator, the insides, the doors, the underneath, the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was looked at, everything had the green light. Well, that's why we bought it as is, because at that point the only thing that was as is was the miles. So we get it, and we bring it home, and then Saturday morning I go from here to the middle school, and it's not even like 5 or 6 minutes over, and I smelled something that smelled really weird. I can't decide what it is, but it smelled like something was burning, per se. But it didn't smell like oil burning. So I'm like, And I told Daniel. Daniel's like, I don't smell anything. But that man can't even smell sewage if it's right underneath his face. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I take this van, I drive to go get it cleaned out because it had the beer bottles in it from the previous people. It had like all this garbage, all this junk. So we went to go do that, and then we went to go pick up Mason from Saturday school. And then I drove it up to Great Clips where my mom works because my daughter was wanting to get her hair done. Oh yeah, I drove it up there before going to get Mason because I met up with my mom. So we went up there, and I'm like, okay. And then they said that the thermostat was heated. I don't remember. It said something was overheating, and I'm like, so I was there like 3 minutes for my mom's job anyway. So I sat there, let it cool down. I called the company. They were supposed to come pick it up. That was Saturday. They didn't get this thing until Monday. They said that it was gonna. Well, when the whole towing thing, they were like, "We'll pay for it and everything, blah blah blah." But it's as is, yada yada yada. So they get this van, and then they were trying to tell me about it, and I was like, hold on, I'll let you tell my husband. He's the one that signed on it. Like, my name's not on there. Like, he's head of the house. Like, that's him, right? So it's like $250 to diagnose it, do the diagnostic thing, plus tax. And then we get a phone call, like I said yesterday, and he was telling Daniel, like, don't quote me on this because, like, Daniel said that it was just like a bunch of stuff, but it was like the radiator, some a valve something, and some tube something, and it was leaking, burning oil, and it was not the coolant where it holds the coolant, but it was something to do with the coolant. Anyways, it's like $2,100 for that. So we're like panicking because we're literally sitting and we're like, what do we do? And I'm like, okay, let's just pray about it, let's pray about it, let's try to figure it out. Their company, the dealership that the car came from, and this car said that, and then like my mom's cars to them and everything. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So with that being said, shoot, I'm trying to think. So they sent this thing over there, like, you can do like a credit thing where you can like where it's paid for full through the credit card thing, but then like you make the payments on that. We're like, yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do, Well, at the time it said they couldn't tell us anything. Like when we filled it out, they couldn't tell us anything. We had to wait 7 to 10 business days, and we're like, okay, but you don't want this vehicle sitting there and then trying to figure that out, and then have to wait more days while you try to figure something else. So praying about it. Daniel's got something. I'm pretty sure the Lord. I don't know if this was like Daniel figuring out or the Lord. Because I know the Lord will work in mysterious ways. But then again, like the Lord does put stuff on your mind to think about and use and to do that you wouldn't think of. So Daniel said he's gonna like use something, and I can't remember. I got pregnancy brain, but basically I hope it works out and figures out. Now with this car, just recently, back in last February, we were rear-ended in this car by a woman who's been in 3 accidents in a matter of a couple of months. She was texting on her phone during like snow and ice, and she had kids in the back of her car. Slammed into the back of us, had to get the tailgate fixed and everything. But then something started happening with the front, and now it's like makes like this loud noise. So because this car is a 2020, and I'm telling y'all guys, this car is a 2020. I deliberately, with Daniel's like approval, I wanted us to pay extra every month. It's like a very little bit, but you pay extra every month on your car payment, and that covers like literally absolutely anything except tires. Right? So like if the engine blew and the transmission blew for like whatever reason, right? Like we don't pay a penny for that. Not a single penny. Like the dealership pays for it, the dealership fixes it, the dealership does what they need to do. So because so what I'm thinking about doing is, this car originally is going to be our everyday driver. It has less miles on it. It's a newer car. Baby girl won't be with us until October. So even if we go to do things like school drop off, school pickup, whatever, we can put all the kids in the car. The van is specifically for when we have everybody. It has the trunk space to go grocery shopping, right? Like that. Unless it's just me and Daniel and the baby, and the other kids ain't here, then we can fold down seats and we have room for like grocery shopping. And then the van will also just be for going out to my grandmother's. When we go to church, because we pick her up, we take her to church with us, and if she wants to go out and do something, something like that, then it depends on the day, right? Like what we're gonna do. We will then pick up and go in the van. So that's like, the van's gonna be our backup car for when we have like big events going on where we need the extra room and stuff like that. Van, I'm not putting a bunch of miles on that van. I'm not taking it out doing much. Yeah. So this would be our main vehicle, especially locally around town. And like me and Daniel said, when baby girl's here, we're gonna be we're gonna be recovering and doing the things and not really going out and doing much. And then older kids will be in school, so there's no sense in really driving the van. And then like when we go to revival at church, if we can go this year, like baby girl, I'm being induced 39 weeks, which is the 22nd. That does not sound right. The 17th through the 28th or something like that. So with that being said, I'm being induced at that point. And revival is the 22nd through the 25th, so I'm just trying to figure it out what we're gonna do. And then I want to bring a baby with us to revival, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. But it's just like this whole thing. And then because like we're right around the corner, the kids can walk from my grandmother's to church, and it's at night, so like we'll put the kids in the car and we get squeezed 3 kids on a back seat to go like a couple of blocks to get my grandma home. And then yeah, it's like this whole thing. Everybody's safe, everybody's good, everybody's in between, and all the things. So just planning, trying to figure out stuff, trying to not lose my sanity. All the things. I've not packed the diaper bag yet. Like, guys, we're like 13 weeks. Well, no, 14 weeks tomorrow. Yeah, I know it's like long-winded, but that's the update on my life. That's the update on everything going around. This update on baby girl, baby bean. And I am probably gonna go inside and just fall asleep because that's when my go-to. I feel like right now I have seasonal allergies going on, and also I'm sick, like pregnancy sick. So it's just like this whole thing, and it's a gloomy day. So I'm just gonna go mellow out. Now I do have to go get the kids by myself today. Daniel's got like something for his position. Oh, what's it called? The academy. I know, like It's usually called the Academy, but it's at his location this time. So I don't know what it's called. And so they got him working kind of like different hours and long hours and like doing all these different things. So I won't see him till after the kids get out of school, which is fine. I can manage. We have leftovers and things like that, so I can sit there with the kids and heat up stuff and do all the things. Now tomorrow, Daniel's off work. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Okay, so Daniel's original off day is today, but because of the old, like, academy thing, he had to work. And so tomorrow he's off. And actually, as a matter of fact, right now I think he's up doing the academy with some of his coworkers. But tomorrow he's got an event with the youngest one. Well, the older two can go too, but the events with the youngest one, it's digging with dad, or digging it with dad. They get to like to see the whole thing inside the school, and then they get to go look at the excavators, and all like the little, or all the actual like life size construction stuff, and the crew will be there, and they get to go check it out. Like, that's so much fun. That's something that's up my little boy's alley. And then Friday, my oldest has a concert, and I think Daniel's gonna be attending that with, like, I think my mom and my sister. I am just physically ill, and standing and doing things, or like, I literally right now, and I feel so bad, like I'm neglecting my kids, but right now, like, I have to stay relatively close to a bathroom or a place that, like, I can open up my door and just throw up. And I feel so bad. I do know, like, after baby girl's here, things will start to go back to normal. I'm not gonna be as sick as much. Hormones will be changing, and, routines and patterns and things, and then we'll have, like, a little baby girl to navigate and figure out. And, adding one is always, like, when you add a baby, it's like the go with the flow thing, but then, like, you're getting on baby's routine schedule and putting them on yours, and, all the things, and, yeah. So, I'm just planning and figuring out. But I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff with my kids right now, and it's stressing me out, and it's bothering me. But I do know, like, okay, trusting in the Lord. The Lord's like, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be, safe. This is where you're at right now. It's just a season, it's just a moment, it's not forever, it's not permanent, it's not, all these things. And I'm not saying, like, anybody else in my family didn't step up and do stuff with my kids. Like, they've been supportive, which a lot of people don't have that. But I'm okay with, like, I'm okay with people in my family being there for my kids regardless, but also just knowing that they have people that support them when I can support from, like, the far back. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's just a lot of mom guilt right now. So I am going to hop off of here. I do plan on taking a shower tomorrow because Daniel will be home. And I feel physically ill right now. Daniel's gonna be home, but he's not gonna get home until about 5 o'clock. And then he's gonna take a shower, and then, like, I am just beat. I am beat for the day at like 7, 8 o'clock. And I'm asleep no later than that. And it's even taking a nap during the day. So, yeah, we're just trusting in the Lord, going with the flow, knowing that the Lord planned the day. And I may not be able to take my kids outside and let them do the things that they want to do, like running around, playing, because I don't run in the house to go to the bathroom or throw up while they're out here playing. That's not me. And I'd hate to just, like, come on, guys, gotta come back inside. So hopefully by the summer, I'm feeling better. Kids will be going to summer camp. It's a, like, day program at the schools. They love doing that. So they get to do a bunch of fun things, and then they get to go on field trips. So I feel relatively great knowing that they're going to be fine, and that they're going to be doing stuff this summer, in case I'm just, like, able to pick up and drop off, and do a couple of things after school with them, after the program. And then, baby appointments are Wednesdays. I think we get to see little baby girl next month, right? Am I thinking correctly? I think we get to see her next month. What's for? Okay, it might be June. It might be the beginning of June when we get to see baby girl. For the 20-week scan. Unless I am still feeling this way by my next appointment, then they will probably, because this is what they said. They were saying if I'm still feeling as bad as I do, like at week 6 to like 10, then they will do an ultrasound, make sure everything's going great, or baby's thriving and developing. Which usually what happens is baby is getting absolutely everything they need to from your body, and so like prenatal vitamins are really for mom because baby's getting everything they need. But just to be safe, make sure everything's growing fine, and there's no extra baby, which I don't think there is. But yeah, I can feel her move. I can feel her do all the things, and not like you would when you're like 20 weeks and 30 weeks and like 38 weeks and stuff like that. I can feel her move. I can feel her starting to like stretch. I can feel like the round ligament pains going on. I can feel her like flipping around. I feel like I've been able to feel her since about week 11, week 10 or 11, just because this is my 4th. That's made it like this far. But yeah, I've been able to feel her. Getting to the point where I can't bend down or squat, nausea, vomiting, but then like belly's getting hard, everything's starting to like, I'm a big girl, so not really belly bump, but inside everything's growing and hardening. So I'm in limbo, I'm in sickness, I'm in despair, I'm trying to praise the Lord through all of it and talking to baby girl, even though she can't really hear me right now, but I'm just like all the things, and I'm like, thank you, Lord, for giving us another baby, for trusting us with your child that you sent to us. I thought it was raining. And like back that up. I was gonna be so confused because I thought it was raining back that way, but it wasn't raining up here, so I was like, I don't know. But thank you, Lord, for entrusting us with this baby, for giving us another blessing, and for the day that you've given us, and for a roof over our head, and you knew these days before I was even created. You had every moment of our life planned out, every all these different things, right? And then I'm like, sometimes because I'm human, I'm like, Lord, I'm miserable. I'm crying, about to faint, about to pass out, and I'm literally, to the Lord, I might be dramatic, but like I'm literally like about to pass out. I'm about to faint. All these things. And then I'm in the shower and I'm like, Lord, thank you for this water. Thank you for this heat. Thank you for, thank you for the warmth. Thank you for the soap. Thank you for this. I'm just trying to be thankful and grateful. And then there's like times where I'm like, Lord, I'm completely miserable. And I am, the faith of a mustard seed kind of mentality, even though it's not the same what I'm saying. But like, I may not feel like I'm grateful. I may not feel like, all these things. I'm not jumping for joy. I'm not smiling, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm, and then I'm like, baby girl, you can grow up and worship the Lord, and He's the one that created you, and telling her about Jesus and everything from the womb. I said wound. From the womb. It's just like all these things, and I'm just talking to her, and all the things. So this video is almost an hour long. I'm gonna hop off here. I'll see you guys next time, and I love you all. I am literally ill. I very well may just take a nap in my car. I'm in my driveway. I mean, nothing's going on. I'm here. Alright, I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Love you.